Then you treat the machines with respect rather than just counting on the fact that they're perfect.
After his recovery, David and Kathy decided to try the ride again.
I talked to him about it, and we talked our way through it, and I told him, you know, don't be afraid of what happened to you. It won't happen again. That won't happen again. You keep your feet inside. I will keep my arm around your shoulder, and we'll get through here just fine. And he eventually did, and we had a great ride, and, you know, and life goes on, and life goes on.
Coming up next, when accidents do happen, lives can be held in the balance, sometimes hundreds of feet above the ground.
I just started screaming and like crying and stuff.
Nature made it. Minwax makes it beautiful with rich wood stains and long-lasting protective finishes. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax.
When it's you against a migraine headache, you can't play nice. But now there's new Motrin migraine pain caplets for people who don't fool around with pain.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. We're rolling back prices all over the place. So put on a happy face.
At Walmart, we're always rolling back prices because we know how much you like to save. Walmart, always low prices, always.
As soon as he hit 30, Dad started losing his hair.
I had it when I needed it.
So I knew it could be in the cards for me. And at the first sign of fallout, I checked it out with a dermatologist. And he said Rogaine every day, right at the source of the problem. I've used Rogaine for 2 years now, and I don't see any difference. And that's the idea. You keep the hair you have.
Rogaine, recommended more by dermatologists than any other treatment.
It's stronger than heredity.
Real-life excitement, human drama, Adrenaline Rush Hour Premiere Week, only on TLC.
When modern humans emerged from Africa, they discovered they were not alone. Take the human journey, A Tale of Two Species, next. Then witness the creative explosion tonight on TLC. Find out more online. Go to discovery.com and click on TLC.
At Gateway, we know many businesses aren't big enough to have their own computer department.
What about training for my new guy?
That's no problem too. That's why we put business centers in our Gateway Country stores.
People are hooked up to this hub.
Right. Share files, share one internet connection.
Oh, cool.
So if you have a question about installation or need training, you can drop on by. Why do we spend so much time with the people who use our computers? Because in Gateway Country, people rule. Stop by or give us a call.
It only happens once a year. This weekend, 3 days only. Caldera Spa stores will be closed, and the doors of the factory in El Cajon will be open for our gigantic factory parking lot sale. Buy direct at the factory at unheard of liquidation prices. Hundreds of spas, jetted bathtubs, and gazebos at cost and below cost with free cover, free step, and free immediate delivery. Plus no down payment and no interest for 6 months. It's this weekend exclusively at Caldera Spa's factory in El Cajon next to Gillespie Field. Use Johnson exit off I-8.
Some of the newest and costliest innovations in thrill rides are mega coasters. One of the most extreme is Millennium Force at Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio.
All right, everybody, hey, reach for the skies, guys. There we go. Oh, look at that. Whoa!
Millennium Force costs $25 million to build, stands 310 feet tall, has an 80-degree first drop, and reaches speeds of up to 92 miles per hour.
Whoa, whoa, up off our seats, that's good.
I think with computer technology now, that and these new systems, linear induction, that sort of thing, the rides are going to get maybe more intense. We've seen that in the last few years. You know, the coaster, the biggest drop used to be probably 100 feet, now we're seeing 300-foot drops. I mean, these things are massive.
As thrill rides become more intense, computer modeling and sophisticated harnesses are designed to help keep riders safe. Yet despite these and other safety measures, mechanical failures sometimes happen. In July of 1997 at Opryland, USA, a broken piece of plastic surrounding the chain in the track stopped the hangman cold. Firefighters worked for 6 hours to rescue its 20 riders. 2 years later, in Kentucky, on a ride called the Vampire, 27 riders found themselves in a similar situation, stalled mid-ride 60 feet in the air when a braking system malfunctioned.
I just started screaming and like crying and stuff, and I was like, this isn't happening to me.
In both cases, no one was injured. After the Hangman incident, the ride was repaired. But the Vampire, which had previously experienced 2 other malfunctions, was dismantled and taken out of service. To help avoid mechanical malfunctions like these, most thrill rides are tested every day before anyone even enters the amusement park.
The ride is run through a couple times with no one in it, then it's run through with employees of the park to make sure everything is safe and functioning. And of course they have periodic inspections.
David Collins is an amusement park safety inspector. His job is to help find problems before they happen.
We do a physical examination of the ride. I'm talking about getting down into the nuts and bolts, pulling panels down, looking inside, looking at welds, looking at wire, and looking at structure to make sure that it's sound. After you've done a physical, is you do a ride through.
David rode the Colossus coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California, and pointed out some of its safety devices.
If you look at the top of the hill, you'll see 2 flags. Those flags tell the ride operator how fast the wind is and what direction it's going in, so that they know when to shut the ride down if the wind's too strong or blowing in the wrong direction.
As the coaster mounts the hill, the familiar clack-clack sound is part of an anti-rollback device, which prevents the car from slipping backwards.
Once you're off the lift, you're on free fall. So here we go. Yeehaw! Whoa!
Safety brakes are located throughout the ride. They can determine when the coaster is going too fast and slow it down by squeezing a pad against the passing train.
We're in free fall gravity all the way around this ride.
As the ride progresses, sensors under the track tell the ride control computer when the train has passed safely.
That's a safety stop station.
And each section or block of the track is divided by brakes to prevent 2 trains from crashing into each other.
Slowing down, getting ready to come into the station. The sensors are on the track. There are 2 sensors everywhere we go to tell the computer that we're coming into the brakes. That's a safety brake we just passed. We're going to come up on the final trim brake. 2 sensors, slowing down, and then these boost wheels will carry us into the station at a controlled speed. A beautiful ride in a beautiful train on a beautiful day.
As an independent safety inspector, David has worked in some of the biggest amusement parks in the United States. He works closely with each park's maintenance team, as well as those who operate the rides. The operational team is usually the first to know if a ride is malfunctioning.
I don't care whether it's a Disney or a Universal or a Six Flags or any of the majors. You'll find that the operator will call and say, I heard a funny noise. And the maintenance techs will be out there within minutes to see what's going on. This is why the larger parks have such a great record.
But some rides are not so rigorously monitored. Many smaller carnival rides move from state to state. Some have even slipped through or around safety inspections. And that may have been the reason for the death of 15-year-old Leslie Lane. On March 19, 1998, Leslie rode the Himalaya Thrill Ride at a Texas carnival with her brother and a friend. When their safety bar broke, they were flung out of their seat. Leslie was thrown into a wall and killed. Police investigators concluded that the ride was poorly maintained and that the restraint equipment was inadequate. The Himalaya ride had been tagged for safety violations 14 times over 7 years as it moved from state to state. Unlike some of the smaller and less sophisticated